Greetings, everyone. We are back at the first wall, and it's time for us to do a little bit of exploring. First, let's talk to this girl up here. Mom keeps writing to tell me to visit her in Daea. I know it's nearby, but that doesn't mean I can just leave my shift whenever I want. I fear if I don't visit her soon, she'll visit me here, and that's much worse. I must sneak out at the next opportunity. Well, we'll deal more with her later. For now, we're actually going to do something else. Something that is a little annoying. So, I think I got right there. You need to... There's another way to get up here, but this is going to be easier for right now. You need to get it stuck in right at the very bottom there. And then go ahead and throw yourself a spear over there to make this just a little bit easier. What? Ooh, good thing there's a metal plate there, otherwise I would have messed everything up. We're basically trying to get something over here that we shouldn't be able to get yet. Drop it. Once again. We're getting this energy gem. And with that, we can now actually continue talking to people around here. Like this woman. From up here, everything seems so small. The cities, the trees, the animals, and you. People used to make fun of me for being short, but up here, I stand tall. Well, I'm glad for you. Now let's talk to this woman. You wish to pass through the wall? Sir Max did mention someone would be arriving soon. Someone with the authority to pass the wall. He said a strong warrior. Surely that's not you. It's me. No. Really? Yeah, no, that's us. We are the strong warrior Gail. I have difficulty believing such a claim for obvious reasons. Tell you what. Sir Max is still on the premises. Bring him here and have him verify your identity. Then I'll let you cross. He last said he'd go stock up in the supply room. Well, the supply room is this room right here. So let's talk to you. Have you seen Sir Max? Because he isn't in here. Sir Max, he was here. He wanted to take our whole bag of candy. I suggested he grab a bite to eat in the dining commons instead. I said it's better for you and more healthy. I think he took my suggestion since he left the candy. All right, next stop, the dining hall. Which we've been in here earlier. Talked to those three before, I believe. Down. Okay, fine, we'll talk to this guy. As I remember, I can't just press down on a ladder. You're looking for Sir Max. Why, he and I just had lunch. He used to be my direct superior. It was great catching up on old times. He ran to meet General Wallace. Must have been a big deal since not just anyone approaches the general. I bet they're talking about something serious in his office at this very moment. Well, before we head over to the office, let's talk to this person down here. You can keep secret, right? When the chef isn't looking, I like to sneak in some ingredients of my own. It was too bland before. A little seasoning and spice go a long way. Speaking of ingredients, I need 3 doki herbs and 1 stink root in order to season the chef's next meal. Well, I currently have those. If you don't remember, you can get doki herbs from the very first cave in Doki Forest, and the stink root is from the food storage area in the Ouroboros lair. You wouldn't happen to have that on you by chance? Well, let's hand it over. You do? That's great! Asking a random stranger pays off. Here, helping a random stranger pays off too. And we got ourselves a heart rupee for giving him those ingredients. Alright, let's go head over to the general's office, which is just above the barracks. In fact, it is the top floor of the barracks, and I think I may have talked to these two before, but let's talk to them again. According to texts from the ancients, Zophiel statues glow a pale blue to warn of impending doom. Maybe you should give the fancy books a rest. Besides, this is more of a turquoise color. Yep. So, just clearly nothing wrong, nothing bad's happening, and looks like we've missed Max again. Sir Max? Yeah, why yes, he was here with General Wallace not long ago. From their faces, it seemed like a somber conversation. They headed out together, towards the gate. Well, jump on down, and let's head to the gate. Gail, good time. Bad timing if anything. Yes, this is the one. Her? Really? Yes. I know it's hard to believe, but looks can be deceiving. Well, okay then. And thus, the gates are open for us. Is something wrong? You look frazzled. Almost like you've been running all over. Don't worry about it. Let's go. Well, before we head out that way, we're actually going to exit this way. And as soon as we exit, we're going to head right back in. Because remember, we talked to someone at the start who said that they were going to go see their mom. And they're gone, but we have this new woman here. Harriet, where is that daughter of mine? I decided to surprise her, but she's nowhere to be seen. She actually left to try to go find you. What's that? My daughter went to visit me, and she snuck out to do it. Oh, that girl. She's just like me. We always try to surprise the other. I'll return home at once. Thank you. Alright, well, out and in yet again to see whether or not Harriet has returned. Hopefully she's returned from that, trip to Daea. And lo and behold, she has. Hi there. Did you talk to my mom recently? Thanks for telling her where I went. There'd be no point in my sneaking out if I had narrowly missed her. She asked me to give you this. It's a rock from her rock collection. It's silly, I know. No, it's a moonstone. I gladly accept moonstones. Mother will miss me before long. When that happens, she'll plan another visit. Until then, I shall endeavor to enjoy sweet independence. It's tough having an overbearing mother. Maybe I should request a transfer to a faraway place. There's a Thai town, the western border, the last wall. Well, speaking of the last wall, let's head on over there. And man, it is a long distance from the first wall to actually hit this exit. And enjoy the somber music shift as we walk to the last wall. Welcome to the last wall. We heard of your coming. Make yourself at home. There's a guest bed in the dining commons. Oh, that's good to know. And hey, it's those three from the first wall we saw in the dining area. Stand at attention for 3 hours? Is there a point to this? This must be a hazing ritual for new recruits. I'm sure this will all stop shortly. No need for unnecessary words. My superior said that. He sounded so cool. I really want to imitate his example, starting now. Monsters are real. I think I've made a horrible mistake transferring here. My superior seemed content to just have me do maintenance and repairs for now. I fear what will happen if I am forced to battle. This year's crop of recruits are piddly looking. Send the whole lot home, I say. They're not worth the effort to train. Standards for recruits keeps dropping. Back in my day, we ran for 3 hours, armor on, non-stop. I actually partly believe that, knowing what I know about the last wall. Nothing satisfies me more than sniping a target right between the eyes with a cannonball. You'd think that'd be enough, but oh no, not here. Some monsters can be quite resilient. Well, let's push this over, see if we can make use of this. You can kind of see where I'm going with that. Let's head on. Actually, no, before we head up, I want to talk to this guy in particular. Watch out for mole mines. They're these devious rolling mines with an evil intelligence. Some will burrow underground and wait decades for a victim. Mole mines ship at the wall every day. If we neglect to rebuild, the ghouls will soon worm their way in. It's almost like they're working together. Yeah, so that's a hint for things to come. Before we talk to this guy, though, let's do the same thing we did before. Run and jump. And that didn't work. So, never mind, don't worry about the box. Instead, do like we did the first time, just we don't have to worry as much about the first one going into the perfect spot. Because it's a lot easier. We don't have all the metal. Now, run and jump. And you see that glowing... You see the glowing pot up there. You know it's coming. We jump on the cannon. Stop bonking our heads. Jump on up here. And... drop the pot. And get the moonstone. Now then, let's actually head into what's the dining area. And we have a Glowy over here. Hold on. Must endure. Just 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks until Legends of Swordia 8 comes out. Man, it's one of my favorite fantasy novels ever. The main character wields 3 swords. He fights dragons and saves priestesses. Well, that's neat. What's this Glowy? Yeah, I did it. That would be a broken Wendigo claw. It's quite the rarity since Wendigos are thought to be unkillable. I can't claim credit for it myself. I chanced upon a fight between a Wendigo and a Wrecker. The Wendigo gave the Wrecker a series of nasty cuts, and the Wrecker retaliated by tearing the Wendigo's arm off. The Wendigo escaped after that. I waited until the Wrecker left the scene and scavenged the claw myself. Lots of people have offered to trade for it, but I've yet to see an offer I liked. Hey, I've got this fantasy novel you said you were having a hard time waiting for. No way. Is that an advanced copy of Legends of Swordia 8? And it's signed by the author himself? You met him? What was he like? Truth be told, this series inspired me to become a Knight of the Last Wall. I only wish I could be as cool as the author. It's a deal. Easiest trade ever. And that continues the trading sequence. Food will be scarce out there. Eat well when you can. Learn a few survival tips. Here's one. Mice, delicious. Here's another. Scorpions, just like mice. So yeah, if you hadn't figured it out yet, he's telling you about the unknown meat that we've been picking up throughout this entire trip. Monster threats from the north were bad enough, but now trouble comes from the south as well. As usual, the first wall proves useless. They should be punished for their indolence. When the anger of General Wallace boils over, his wrath upon the first wall will be a sight. We found these suspicious guards trying to cross the last wall. We've had to subdue them for their own good. Playing dumb won't win you any mercy. Now talk! What's going on? Where am I? Why am I tied up? Ow! My head! I just remember a strange dog ordering me to find something. Something about a phoenix? Yeah, so these are some previously mind-controlled guards. And it's Ruby. Dear Knight, what a relief to see you here. After that whole episode at the castle, I tried to sneak out. But I fell right in with a bunch of mind-controlled soldiers. Staying quick on my feet, I pretended I was one of them. I kept the act going while I was waiting for an opportunity to escape. Alas, that opportunity never came. Now I'm tied up with a lot of them. I wasn't brainwashed, and I was and will always be the same dear, beautiful Ruby. So, can you talk to the guard on my behalf? Sure, Ruby. Let's do that. We've seen you throughout this area. You keep getting into terrible situations. You say this orange-haired girl is an innocent bystander? Come to think of it, she did offer a little resistance when we captured them. True, but we fell upon them so quickly, it may just be that she had no time to react. No, I'm harmless. Honest. Have you any proof that you do not belong with this band? Well, I do have a diary that I write to every day. In it, I chronicle my exciting adventures. In my recent entries, I record that I've been made an unwilling participant to this evil band. Would that suffice as evidence? Very well. Produce the diary. I don't have it. I might have dropped it somewhere between the walls. Everyone's just in stunned silence. Without evidence, you stay put. No! Dear Knight, you believe me, don't you? If I could just get the diary back somehow, I'll do what I can. You're my last hope. Well, let's actually ask if she has any idea where it might be. Good question. I know I had it some point between the walls. Maybe if you retrace my steps exactly, you can find it? Here's why I remember. We left from the first wall. Getting past the gate was super easy. The guardrails passed without any objections. After passing the first wall's gate, we turned left and walked straight until we saw 3 trees in a row. For some reason, the mind-controlled soldiers circled the center tree 2 times. We then moved north, dodging a ruined castle by skirting left. Continuing farther north still, we came upon a jagged purple rock. Once again, the soldiers circled the purple rock twice. Don't ask me why, that's just what they did. Finally, we headed northeast until we made contact with the last wall. The soldiers hugged this wall while moving east, probably looking for a weak point. At around this time, we were ambushed by the last wall knights, and my time with them ends. Well, I guess they're right next to me still. Anyway, I feared for my life the entire way. I'm sure if you retrace my steps exactly, you'll come upon it. Please, find my diary. Oh, and don't pink at the contents. Well, we'll deal with that bed later, because we will be back here once we found Ruby's diary. Before we go actually retrace her steps, however, I want to talk to this woman. Poor me. I've been punished with storing the storeroom, and for a crime I didn't commit. I tell you, but you wouldn't believe me. I'm not sure I believe me either. Alright, so I had just gotten everyone's lunch from Daea. I passed the first wall and was on my way here. A terrible drowsiness fell upon me, so I entered one of the ruined castles. There, I found a cozy patch of grass upon which to nap. It was next to this weird statue of a monster. And then I woke up to the sound of munching. That statue had come to life and was eating everything. It sounds crazy, I know. What were you carrying, out of curiosity?
I believe I was carrying 2 grape cakes, 1 spicy noodle, and 1 blue lobster special. The statue monster had a big appetite.
So, yeah. We will deal with that later, but that's a hint for things that you want to have in your inventory. You can get the blue lobster special from the restaurant in Daea City, and you can also get the grape cakes from the bakery in Daea City. The spicy noodles, once again from Daea City, near the dojo, whereas we learned our fast charge technique. Now, we start over at the wall, and we head due west, as was mentioned. Circle around this middle tree twice. Go left around this castle. Circle around this thing twice. Trying to avoid that encounter. And we come up here. Now go east. And we found Ruby's diary. However, before we go give it back to Ruby, let's head on in here. We've got this weird well, which has a green door and some green banners. And I did not mean to fall into it twice. However, green door, green banner, we've dealt with that sort of thing before. So let's head on down here. And it is... There we go, took me a second. It is a Geo Dungeon. This is a sliding puzzle dungeon. Each time you hit the switch, it will move some of the panels and you just need to make a full picture. However, eventually, they start moving multiples at a time. If you need to, you can leave to just reset. I apparently had hit it enough times to just reset it. This one is easy. You just hit the last one 3 times. This one is a bit trickier if you don't know what the solution is. The solution is 1, 2, 3 in the middle, 1 at the end, and it's nice and solved. Brute forcing it can take some time, as I myself learned when I went through and tried practicing this. Hello! Congratulations on completing the Geo Challenge! You're visitor number 44 to this location. Here's your ticket. Visit the nearest Geo base to redeem it for prizes. I get just about 1 visitor a year. Usually, it's just a lost guard. I have made 1 friend in a Mr. Troll. He lives in a different castle. He sleeps just as much as I do. And that's all he says. And to exit, we need to hit this switch. And now we're on the other side of that green wall we saw earlier. Now, we can come in here. I'm not going to deal with this right now, but this is basically a puzzle to get some Rin. You would need to basically move both of those boxes, including the big one, all the way over here. You would use the little one to get the big one over those small gaps, and then once you got here, you would need to make use of those spears to basically push it all the way. But we will come back and actually deal with that later, because that one's a little time consuming. For now, we're actually going to head on over here and come to this area. Over here, we've got a scorpion, which we don't really care about. But the thing we actually have over here that we care about is Bo. Hey, Bo. I was expecting you. As you can see, there's no one here. Because a true free runner needs no audience. This is my final challenge for you. Have you the will? Let's attempt his last free running challenge. And he set up the course. Any questions? Nope, let's just go for it, Bo. This one is a very tight challenge. On your mark, get set, go! Roll, roll. You're going to want to dash as much as possible because you do not have a lot of time. There are going to be points where you will go slow, but for the most part, you're going to be dash and jump, and then roll and just under a second left. You did it! I knew you could do it! I was the only one watching this time, and in the end, it was me who felt inspired by your moves today. Here's my final reward to you. Keep running free, my friend. And his final reward is an energy gem. Free runners have no need of an audience. We can run just for the love of it. My job here is complete. I'll set out for a new horizon. As he said, his job is complete, and that was his last free running course. So we are now done with all of Bo's challenges. Next up, we're heading on to this middle castle. Because there are 2 things we want here. First, we want to get out of that. And we have the dojo music and this weird monster statue. Well, you know what? It's time for us to take a rest. I'm not sure if this counts as the first fluffy pillow, only I actually confirm that. Something was in our food and we just whacked it. Whoa! Me sorry! Me eat food that you carry. Smells so good, me no can resist. Leap for decade, make troll hungry. Me truff, me repay you for food with free lesson. Back in day, me great teacher. Me teach deep form of meditation to make core strong. How you hit me just now? Feel like nothing. So, what you say? Fair trade? Let's start. Yep. So this monster troll who stole a bunch of food is actually a dojo master. Wow, you learn quick. We obtained the Troll's Guard technique. Hold R2 to make Gail crouch into a defensive stance. While crouched, Gail's defense is increased by 3 points. In addition, Gail's energy will replenish more quickly. The Troll's Guard is the ultimate deep breathing defensive technique. So, try to explore this decade or go back to sleep. This peaceful era? I feel like I've changed his voice again. People use Truff for battle in Great War. Much pain. Now Truff seek ultimate peace. Sleep till such day arrive. Well, that's good for you, Truff. We have one more thing to do. Well, I didn't mean to do the, This isn't actually where I thought it was. We don't have anything to do in there. That, I think, is just for some mice. Instead, I'm confusing that area, I think, with this area. Yes, I am. All right. Over here, we've got this area that I can't actually use the Cobalt Blaster on safely. Some amber. All right, I'll take it. It's just going into the recycler. But here, we've got a chest. To get over there, and it's got Lunar Come on. Lunar Goblet, as you can see. To get over there, though, you've got to do like I did right there. Get 2 spears up there. Roll on over, and we've got that lunar artifact. Now, let's actually head into this one. And this is a box stacking puzzle. You gotta get all the way up there and just stack boxes. So I might fast forward this a little bit, because this is probably not gonna be that interesting to watch. So I just slowly stack everything up. Stacking boxes. Stacking boxes. Making sure I got enough room. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Gotta be a little careful with that last one. And hey, up here, we have Mr. Planto. What are you doing up here, sir? The soil here is too dry. It'll need fertilizer and love. 100% fertilizer, 0% love. Ah, we meet again. You're not following me, are you? The soil balance is off here. Fetch me 5 food units, please. Well, I've got 5 food units in my inventory already. Look at this place, deprived of beauty as far as the eye can see. Imagine a man, hungry and thirsty, when all hope is lost. In the distance, he will see my flower. Will that man not regain his hope? I guess you could say these flowers are a form of charity. In any case, thank you. Receive this as payment. And again, he gives us some Rin. One day, okay, yep. And he just says the same thing afterwards. Now, let's actually go ahead and talk to Ruby and see what she has. Because we found her diary. Hopefully this will exonerate her. You're back. Were you able to retrieve the diary? Excellent. Give it here. Ruby's diary was given away. They turned the pages. This must be true, because it's pretty embarrassing. Only the last 3 pages are relevant to for proving my innocence. It's very important that we be thorough. Okay, looks like everything checks out. Phew, thrice now you saved my hide. I'm afraid all I have to offer is my gratitude. Don't worry about it, Ruby. And this awesome trinket I picked up along the way. We got a heart rupee. And the camera panned weirdly. Our maximum health has been increased. You know, I think I'll stay here for a while. Look out, world. Ruby, Knight of the Last Wall, stands guard. I could use a bit of toughening. These guys look like the toughest people around. Maybe next time, it'll be me who saves you. Haha! These guards are not our enemies to fight. Rather, they are our allies to save. Ruby's diary taught me that. Perhaps it'd be handy to have her around. But how to restore them is the question. Right now they appear to be in a dazed state. Will they come to on their own accord? I shall monitor their condition closely. The existence of a mind control technology is unsettling. An evil that should not be allowed to exist. We must investigate, learn effective countermeasures. Living on the last wall, you forget to laugh. Ruby's diary reminded me how. You didn't read it. You're missing out. Well, before we do anything else, let's actually take rest in this bed that I mentioned before. And when we wake up, they give us a nice roast bird. Now, there are two last things for us to do in between the walls. The first thing is actually going to be all the way back in the northwest corner, and another is a random encounter that can happen in this north area. That wasn't the random encounter. When we get the random encounter, I will make sure to show you what it is. Hey, speaking of what it is, this is the random encounter. You're looking for a glowy mobile turret. Alright, however, you also have to deal with all these guards because this turret is a pain. Alright, we're going into spread shot mode. Also, just to show, ducking down, when you get hit, you have a shield now. And also, ducking down does actually increase the amount that your energy is regained. So that is very useful. Well, we got ourselves a moonstone. And just to show as well, if you have to fight any of these guard battles, you kind of need to use the Sonic Spear to get out because there's a wall on both sides. You're not getting out any other way. But up here, we have a question mark area. And, hey, it's Pero. It's been a while since we've gotten one of these. In fact, there's one back in Daea that I haven't gotten. But what you just do is you go up against the wall, throw a spear so that you can actually jump up, and we get ourselves a Pero. They taste delicious, but this Pero's probably better put to use producing eggs. It'll be a great addition to the coop back in Pancello. With that, we'll be ending things here. Next time, we're going to actually head back, give that lunar goblet that we just picked up to Astrid, do one side quest in Daea, and go ahead and find a missing Pero. As always, thank you all very much for watching, and take care.